Domestic violence continues to plague communities in the Rockford region. I recently sat down with a survivor of an abusive relationship who says she likely would have been killed had she not gotten out. She says there is hope, though, and would like others in similar situations to know that they are not alone.
So when I first met my husband and we got married, there was no violence, there was no physical violence, there was nothing in terms of mental or emotional abuse within our relationship.
Things started to gradually fall apart about 5 years into Lauren Teso's 7-year marriage. She said her husband had been hiding an addiction to alcohol and then started beating her.
Where he started drinking heavily and couldn't control his emotions and started the need to take things physically out on me.
Like other survivors of domestic violence, Lauren said she didn't want to believe she was married to someone who would hurt her. Her husband was a respected school teacher with advanced degrees and a good job. But she says there was no profile for a typical abuser.
Within him being an educator, no one ever really expected that because his demeanor at work wasn't that at all. He was a completely different person at home, and I think that's sometimes what people don't quite understand.
Lauren's already volatile situation spun completely out of control last Valentine's Day.
He hit me in the head over a dozen times, in the head and in the face, and actually threatened to kill me. Police were called. They responded quite quickly. Were able to remove him from the house, and then were able to get me to a local hospital.
Contrary to belief, leaving an abusive relationship is never as easy as it seems. Once a survivor is able to break away from their abuser, experts say it's only the beginning of the process.
When somebody is able to see a pathway to leave, that's when an entirely different battle begins. The system is not set up for a survivor to navigate this freely without any sort of support or guidance.
Lauren says she found that out very quickly. That's why she leaned heavily on Winnebago County's Victim Services Division and the City of Rockford's Family Peace Center,
which was a great resource to really help centralize services for victims and kind of help provide support in moving forward and kind of what I needed next.
Lauren is now divorced and her husband has moved out of state. She has a pointed message for others who feel trapped in a cycle of mental, sexual, and physical abuse.
And it's really important that they're finding resources and services available and just connecting, and even if it's just an initial conversation to say this is what's happening and where can I go and what are my resources.
In Rockford for your home team, I'm Jim Haggerty.